Hello and welcome everybody to part 18, I believe, of the Empire Total War Great Britain Darthmod Let's Play. We resume in the end turn phase since last time, and we're seeing the Wrath Confederacy move around. We've had a little bit of action in Canada, which I will explain briefly. This will be a 1-hour video as promised, because I'd previously neglected... What are the 13 colonies doing there? I previously neglected this Let's Play a little bit, sort of let it slide in its scheduling, more than once. So, to make up for that and being away and there only being one part of it, I have decided to make this a 1-hour special. It was meant to be on Thursday, but I didn't have enough time. Or no, not Thursday, Wednesday, but I didn't have enough time in the end to do the full part. So, here it is. As you may have noticed, there was no Third Age on Fridays. It was scheduled. If I can, I'll get that done tomorrow, Sunday. But that may well have to wait until next week, until it's regular slots, so I can get back on top of that. Anyway... Quebec has been taken from me by the French. They marched up toward me with just one unit of militia. I managed to take 70 of them out. All I was given to, for the garrison was 2 mortar units, which are incredibly inaccurate. I fought the battle myself, but I still lost. But I managed to kill 70 of them, so I'm going to try and push on the enemy as soon as possible and reclaim it. I'll come back to that agent shortly. Enemy raid. Here, okay. We should repair the farmland. So, the Cherokee nations, which are the most immediate threat, there are sort of 2 armies here raiding my various villages and fur traders. And I'm bringing my troops back down to Montreal to replenish and to build new troops, more troops. I'm going to build Rogers Rangers and the Company of Select Marksmen now, because we have just enough infantry to make them all up. And I'll be renaming some of these shortly. So we've got the South Essex, we've got the Royal Sussex Regiment. These are the Mark II versions, of course. King's Royal Regiment. Foot will give that a number 2 next to it as well. I'm trying to remember all the various names I had for some of these. They're the 5th Foot Northumberland Fusiliers, that's fine. Rogers Rangers, they're fine. So another unit of Rogers Rangers. So I'll name the second unit of Rogers Rangers the Night's Watch. Here we had, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I'll change them also. We had the 551st Imperial Foot. That can be them. We had, I can't remember the names. I'm trying to remember the various names. I think it. I really can't remember the 35th Winchester Regiment of Foot. Ah, damn, not enough. Oh, it's not. I didn't spell Winchester. Winchester of Foot 2. There we go. There's probably different names I'm trying to remember. The 51st. We had like the 9th Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury of Foot. Okay, and then that's them named on the 9th, the 35th, so there may be different numbers. I may go check one of the previous videos and put them all the same. But for now, that's the 42nd, we can't have the 42nd. That's too many spaces. We'll make them the 11th. 11th Royal Sussex Regiment of Foot. There we go, so that's all of them renamed. We'll have these extra guys coming in, so we're going to have some good skirmishes this time. So it'll be 3 units there, and then I can probably create a few more units of line infantry. I'm kind of tempted again to... I could send some forces to reclaim Quebec, but I don't think I'm going to have a chance. And plus they're pushing down with another army. They'll take it soon. I'd have to leave a full stack there to win. I was hoping the 13 colonies would send this army against France. They're not. But what many of you have said I should do many times, and initially I didn't want to do it because I thought I might turn on them, but I am going to give over my technology to them, and I'll demand measuring tools. Those terms unacceptable? What? Fine, you can have them for free. I was trying to at least get something out of it. There you go. So that's that done. I've got peace now with... Oh no, I'm at war with the Iroquois. No, that's 13 colonies. I've got peace with the Iroquois, but I'm still at war with the Cherokee. So for now, That's why I've pushed out of Philadelphia. And someone did guess correctly why I keep going Philly. It's from How I Met Your Mother. Marshall keeps on going Philly. So with this army, I'm gonna make a push. I'm gonna make a push for. Oh, here we go. They've got the Gloucester here. Maybe it's there that I've got the. No, have I got the? No. Okay, so I need to rename some of these. We'll think of some names for these extra regiments. We've got the Hampshire one, the 37th Hampshire Regiment, 12th St George Regiment. So we need to think of some names for these. So once they get some veterancy, because they've not got veterancy yet. So I could push in and attack these guys here, but obviously there's lots of infantry. I will get squashed if I try and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack them here, and actually I'm going to raid them there, and I'm going to push up here, because I may be able to swoop round with this force and attack them and take out the French that are here. I also want to bolster this force with some cavalry, which I've got built up here, but I don't dare move them out in case the Cherokee come down. I don't think they could reach me there. So they've got 3 units of... I could probably push on them with sort of that many. I could probably take them. Let's repair that farm there. That farm's probably going to be attacked soon. But we're going to try and push with this regiment anyway, as I've said. Perhaps take out the French, or see if the Cherokee come chasing after me, and then we'll hopefully be able to beat them back there. As someone was saying, actually, I don't need to deal with the pirate threat just yet. Although, I'm worried about these guys here. The Mughals have a large full sack here, which I don't want to get away. I pulled... Where did I swear I split up my fleet and had another ship here. I should repair that when I get the chance. The Leeward Islands... Okay, so we're going to have to split up what we've got round here. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but that will do. We'll put him in here because I want to see, if possible.
No one will know.
And then with this navy, we'll bring it round here. We'll use it all in one go. We might as well use the same ship. So we're going to bring these guys round here. Actually, no, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I'm going to need another ship. Whoops. I'm going to need another ship. I'm going to bring the race-built galleon. You guys will see what I'm trying to do in a minute, because I actually want that rake over here. You'll see what I want to do. Disembark. He's now in this navy, so let's send this one away. Has he got the agent on him? Or has this guy got him? Ah, this one's got the rake on it. That's fine. The rake, I actually want to. Well, I kind of want to drop him off on this island, but I assume I might have to do it here.
Ready and waiting. Impossible.
I can't get over there. I thought you could get across those ones. So, can't sabotage it. Can I assassinate anyone with any great success? Not really. I thought I might be able to see what's going on in here in terms of the army, but no. But actually, moving a few ships off this one might actually make them attack me. So I'm going to rejoin the fleet here anyway. We're going to attack that port there. That means the pirates can't get out, and the Marathas can't escape either. Not the Marathas, the Mughals. Here, though, this fleet. That's coming into the port because I need all of these guys. And we're going to merge as many of them as possible. I can hold, selecting Control A to select them all, and then holding down Control and pressing M. Control A, M, Control A, M, Control A, M, Control A, M. Okay, so we're going to leave that 85 unit here, and we're going to take the rest of them, including the commander, the general. Put them all down to the port. We're going to pop them all into the ship, because these guys are actually decent units. And with this navy, we're going to bring them back up to Philly. So Philly will get a new garrison, and from there, hopefully, we can reinforce my existing armies. And get back. Sorry if there's a bit of sound there. I was readjusting my headset. Right, construction. That's all good for now. Enemy raid. Yes, we know about that. So let's go take a look at this agent that's down here in Baipur. That's another agent. He can go in the university, which is here. And then obviously we're researching things very quickly, which is jolly good. Mughal Empire. Maratha's moving up quite nicely. So we've got that territory there. So I'm pushing up with these guys to hopefully, you know, inflict some damage in the north here. But the Mughals are here encamped, and I'm going to try and push up and take it. They have this army sitting in the port, which I'm sort of kind of concerned about, but I'm going to hopefully be able to move these guys up from the coast, from Goa, into by port and by Jaipur rather, and actually this whole unit from Goa can move up now, and I don't need that in the port anymore because I don't think they're going to be much there. So that militia can stay there, and these guys can come up, and they'll go into by port. Here I'm not going to wait another turn. I'm actually going to merge as many of these guys together as possible. Oh, and someone said, why are you still using demi-cannons? It was because I can't afford to build any 12-pounders yet. Because all my money is basically going into replenishment and just making sure I've got enough men.
Yes, my lord.
We're going to bring these guys in here, and we're going to merge a few more troops. Just make them as strong as we can possibly get. Okay, so we're going to select as many of these as we can, actually, without taking any injured troops. And then we'll leave you behind. Byport, how would you like those odds? I probably should leave a bit more of a garrison behind than that, just in case I am assaulted, and I'll leave these two that are only 1 chevron. So 3 of them there. Hopefully that'll serve for now. We're going to push in, and we're going to take this territory. There's going to be a lot of Lantry spawning as well as armed citizenry. 6,000 of them versus 3,000 of mine. We're going to demand surrender just in case they'll take it, but no. So we will assault and we will take them down. So getting a bit of campaign map action, get a battle, and of course, because this is going to be a 1-hour special, there will be plenty more campaign map action to follow. This video actually probably gets rendered, uploaded, and processed to be on YouTube. It may well be very late Saturday evening, possibly even Sunday morning. If it is Sunday morning, or to be fair, if it's late Saturday evening, be sure to tune in Sunday, whether that's tomorrow or in several sort of hours' time, for both the general Hear Me Roar vlog, plus I will be doing, in the afternoon, my Rome 2 roundup from all the information we've had from E3 and Rezzed, and there's various game conventions all going on all the time right now that Creative Assembly are sending teams out to attend, so there's a lot of publicity going on right now, and why shouldn't they, because this is their year, this is their time. A lot of Rome 2 information. Cannons are going to be essentially useless here. I don't think there's a good spot anywhere really to get kind of a good angle. I could hope to try and defend and hope the enemy comes towards me, in which case the best position would probably be on this flank here, kind of like a battery on this hill. If I can, perhaps this might give me some covering fire across the fields. I'm hoping I won't hit those huts, but if I do, hopefully I'll mow them down. I'll be able to continue firing past them shortly. So my cavalry, they're going to be my second unit actually that I'm going to create. And I'm going to keep them right over here. One, to kind of keep them near the cannons to protect them, and also in case so I can hopefully like push up the right flank there. So the number of units I've got here is 3 and 3, 6. I'm actually going to have 8 in this regiment in my main unit today, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I'm going to have them all along like that. That seems reasonable. They're in front of the cannons to start with. I'll get the cannons not to fire straight away, and then the 2 remaining ones are going to be my reserves and will hopefully defend the cannon should the enemy get down here. My cavalry is not going to be enough, so at least I've got some firepower to perhaps drill into the side of them. So, all that said and done, I think we're good to go. So, with that, we're going to push forward to this line here, because it's kind of a natural line all along here, which I can't actually pull the men along because the terrain is ruddy horrible. I hate this impassable terrain that's these kind of fence lines. So, thankfully, I can just split them up. Not that they're going to be much good behind all this stuff here. So we're going to try and, I don't know, really. It's quite a difficult map to play. The enemy is coming towards me, so you know what, actually, I'm going to try and just sit back and hold off for now. So with that in mind, pull the line along to, what, here? That's going to work. There we go, and we'll get them to run into position this time. Because these guys can still defend from their positions here. And push up with the cavalry on the right flank as well. They can still push up from their positions here, but it also means that the enemy has to come to them a little bit. And I can defend a lot better. Rather than trying to push up, this terrain is just going to tear my army apart, and I need to I need to be able to shred theirs apart when it comes to me, because they've got a lot of units, and this is going to be a mob spam as well. So with that in mind, these guys also they're just far enough behind, so they're not going to they're not as far behind as I'd like. Actually, I'm going to pull these guys back, so hopefully we won't get too much overlapping field of fire, because I don't want to start shooting my own men in the back too much if I can help it. Right, my cannons, they can start firing now. I'm going to try and target these guys here. I'm hoping I'll be able to hit them here. Try and hit the bowmen over here. These guys, try and hit them there. And this artillery, try and hit that unit. So we've got bowmen up here, and we're just gonna try and run them down with my East India Company cavalry. And this unit that I've just targeted them actually can just go back to targeting the armed populace over here. Oh, we've already got camel raiders forming up, and they're storming past my left flank. So once these guys get over here, I'm going to actually get them to form square very shortly to hold up on this flank. I'm going to have to watch them very carefully because they have a nightmare. In fact, I'm going to form square with these guys already just to protect that flank. And there we go. We've charged in. We've shattered. We've routed the bowmen. I don't need to bother chasing after the rest of them because they will fall because I'm besieging them. So we're going to flank round already and just keep the pressure up on them here. These guys are still moving down the flanks. Taking ages to move. Okay, so watching these camels, and they're actually coming behind us quite cleverly, quite well. We're trying to kill a few of these guys as they come past. They come past the square. We've got the Zamindari horsemen, which are going to be hitting my guys or flanking them. And we're managing to bring a few of them down, which is quite happy. I may have to bring my cavalry back, but they're not going to do much against camel gunners. So we're going to keep them on the move, keep them over here for now. And this is the armed populace. We're kind of going to avoid all of them that are coming towards us and let the cannons do a lot of the work here while the enemy's bunched up. We're going to continue attacking this one here. And we're going to actually flank this unit, but we're going to go way up round the back first. And they are a bit tired because I've run them everywhere, but I do need to keep them running, keep them moving, because I can't really afford just yet to stop them. And I really don't need this extra unit over here, so this one's actually going to push out, and I'm going to have like another square formed up here. So even if they do try and come around and flank me, they will be hit. And I'm going to get all my cannons now to target this one unit here that's wavering. What is it? Hindu musketeers. Hoping the cannons, if the cannons can hit them, then we're all good. Also, someone asked me again, how do you change the marching tune? And you change it in the launcher options of Darthmod. You don't change it in-game, you change it in the launcher options, and it's something like under game settings in the launcher, and then you click like marching tune or drum or drum sounds. You'll find if you have a look on the launcher options, you'll be able to find it within about like a minute, just having a look through the options, and you can set it to the different tunes and what have you. So we're hitting these guys that are sort of trying to flank us here. We've shattered these guys back here. We're going to get the cannons to retarget this unit here, the armed populace. These guys are running through, which is fine. And we're forming up a square here, trying to hold off the camel gunners. I have a feeling we're going to be attacked. And some people keep saying to me as well, I've noticed it's not just this series, but all sort of Empire series, they've sort of said I should form square when facing infantry, because it actually holds them. I thought that infantry can actually break squares quite easily, which is why we want to switch them back to line. So it'll be interesting to see how this square holds up against some prolonged melee engagement, because I always seem to assume, or maybe I was told, or no, it's just how I played or whatever, that you should break out of square because it's actually not that good in melee, and we'll see shortly. I may have to switch it out of square. But I think some people said it's good because you can spread the enemy around you and you kind of got a defensive formation. I know obviously there are a lot of them, but already we are losing a lot of troops here. So, and they've broken out of square anyway, so we'll just engage them in melee. Try and charge them. If I can bring my general up to the action to keep them inspired, that would be good too. Brought these guys up, they can actually start firing on the cavalry over here, which is kind of what I was hoping. We're gonna push them forward. We're gonna push them as far forward as I dare, and then with the rest of this infantry here, we're gonna charge into the armed populace that's coming up here. The rest of my cannons, we're just gonna finish off these guys on the flanks here. I want to make sure the enemy is definitely gone and annihilated over here. Don't have to worry about any extra flanking damage or what have you. Got my infantry formed up here. They've got a bit of better view, I think. Most of them obviously can't fire by rank against cavalry for some reason. Never seem to work. It's just the first rank that will fire. We're wavering these guys already, but it's fine. I brought my general into place. These guys are sort of holding just about, but they are taking a lot of damage, but less so than when they're in the square. I'm gonna pull these guys back actually, so they can fire kind of more freely here. And I'm actually going to split up my troops here in the middle and make them go like so to give some covering fire here. With these units, I think we're going to get them to keep holding their formation, although these two we're going to push around. And my cavalry here has managed to break a lot of the units here, so we're going to charge into the next unit of musketmen, and we're going to charge into these guys over here actually, not that unit, because that would just be suicide. So these two remaining units, we're going to bring them up to here. We could put them on the fences there, and I may well do that shortly. Got my general kind of right in the thick of it. Those guys have really committed themselves well, which is good, I'm glad. And we're going to push up and start firing on the next unit of camel gunners here as well. I'm going to take these guys out of square and keep them like so as another defensive rank. All my cannons are focused on the right flank over here. We're now going to get the cannons focusing over here, which is good. Lancers have charged in at the back here against the garrison musketmen. They're actually pretty decent troops, so we're going to pull the cavalry through and then do a repeat charge. And we've charged into the flank of these, broken them. We're going to charge these guys now. They're shaken, and hopefully we can utterly annihilate them because they're so close to the borderline over here. We're actually doing quite well at defeating them. Here we go. We need to form square quickly. We're not going to be able to do it in time, I don't think. The camel gunners will be upon us. We'll have to fight them off. The next sort of rank of my units here, trying to hold the hordes back. This is where they're focusing their assault. We've managed to form square just in time, which actually I'm quite surprised about because normally they wouldn't be able to. These guys though are holding. I don't know if they're shooting my men in the back, but I'm going to let them do it for now. We're going to hold square here. These guys obviously hopefully going to start firing fire by rank soon because the rest of the troops aren't going to take too much of this punishment. I can't push up with those guys there to do anything better. But we've defeated all the infantry here. We're going to charge after these guys with my cavalry, charge them with that unit, break them, which means all these are now free to shift over to the other front, which is forming up over here. And I'm going to bring these guys through the town. I'll redeploy them properly in a moment. And these ones here, we're going to have to bring them to kind of a second line here because I fear we may need to fall back and regroup. This unit here, egged on by my general right behind them. They're holding and they're trying to do as much damage as possible, which we are digging into these troops. But obviously they're doing a lot of damage. We're firing into their flanks here, and I'd actually rather do that, keep firing into them there than sort of pull the unit away and charge in melee. And we're holding that left flank there in a strong square formation as well. And we've got camel gunners coming in for the kill too. These units are running over here. We've hit them with both units of cavalry over here. I'm hoping that's going to break them. Come on, break. They are losing a lot. My cavalry is taking heavy losses, but we're going to need it to continue to take these losses. We're going to pull away with one unit, with both units, and we're going to recharge. But another attack should hopefully break them. Back over here, my men are just getting into position, ready to form up on these guys. I'm going to get these guys to form as close as I dare actually do this. Right here. These guys, not a great view, but I'm hoping some of them will be able to fire for now. I don't want to pull too much. Here I'm going to have to pull my general back because otherwise I'm going to be hit. I'm actually going to get my cannons. I'm going to see if I can get them to fire over like so. I'm going to be careful how they do it because I don't want to kill my own troops too much. This unit, I think it's just low enough on that slope so it won't be hit. The square is just holding there, but I'm actually going to pull this square back if I can. I'm going to get these guys back quickly. And over here, I'm actually going to charge in against these guys. And with this unit, I'm going to kind of create a line up here to form up and hit the enemy, and then bring these guys into the fold like so. So we're sort of devouring them from all angles. Cavalry, are we being chased by this unit? Yes, we are. They're being shooting my guys to pieces. So we're going to do another charge, a fresh charge. Hopefully this will be the end of it. So we've charged in with that first unit. Good charge damage. Here they come, the rest of them. This is just East India cavalry. I thought they were my lancers, actually. Steady. They're actually holding quite well, and they've broken one of my units of cavalry already. So I'm going to pull away with that unit. But we've held that unit up enough so that I can deal with the rest of them here. As you can see, we've got several units breaking. My cannons, how are they holding up? Seem to be doing okay for now. Generals up here. We formed up some good ranks. These guys, though, have majority of them all broken. We charged in with these guys and with these as well to get a good position. We're going to push forward now with them like so. I'm going to bring. No, I'm going to charge with these guys actually, and then here and here. I'm going to see if I can push back with these guys to this sort of formation, and with these ones, we're going to just get closer, keeping these two now as a reserve unit down here in the terrain. And my general behind there. We just got the camel gunners holding up here, and obviously this unit's back here. So actually, with that in mind, it might be an idea to pull this one out and engage them. So we'll do that. We'll get these guys through, and then these guys can form up like so. We've broken these guys with the infantry. I'm going to form square with these guys if we can, but I have a feeling they might possibly just break under the covering fire that my other units are giving, even if I'm shooting a few of my own men here. Oh, okay, we'll get them all to actually hold their fire for now, so that the square can just hold up on their own. Meanwhile, these guys pushing forward quite rapidly. Get my cavalry to come back over here. They're very tired, so we'll get them to walk. It may take a while. My cannons, let's see if we can target this unit with the cannon. Cannon swiveling round. Okay, and here we need these guys firing at will again. That might have given them a chance to reload. Yes, it has. Quite a good volley there, not going to lie. That is exactly what I want to see. Wavering camel, broken camel nomads. Don't even need to bother chasing after these guys, as I said. So just this final unit here, they're being hit by the cannon, which is good. And we're forming up very shortly. Cavalry walking casually. Enemy general's been killed with that volley, even better. These guys now wavering, and they have indeed broken, and that should signal victory for us. I think we've done very well there. I think the terrain actually lent itself quite well, and I think it was a good decision to actually hang back here. So end the victory there, a heroic victory. I'm against the hordes, yes, why not? And there, of course, we have it. So I lost 1,000 men, but I managed to kill, obviously, all of them. You know, some of them escaped, but I think we did ruddy well. The cavalry doing very well. Infantry, a lot of kills. These guys are doing very nicely indeed. We've captured another region, and if we can set these guys to replenish, that would be great. Region captured. Trait gained, of course. So all of these guys are probably likely to push on us here. I don't know how far they can actually march. They can probably march to here. Otherwise, I'd send more reinforcements to support them. Can we unexempt them? No, that's a no-no. So we'll keep them here. These guys, possibly, we're going to exempt them anyway. Just to make so they're happy for a few turns and while we rebuild. My other army's over here, so perhaps, if possible, we might be able to bring them down. And they can always cross over. We'll see what the AI does. If they come in and attack us, we may have to reinforce and bring these guys over. But we shall see. This is where the lancers are. That's where the lancers are. But I think that's all we can do for India. Not much point with all that there. Can't build any infantry here. We're just leaving the European theatre for now. Not worrying about that just yet. We know what the plans are for us here in America, so I'm going to end the turn. Because it's a 1 hour special, I leave the end turn phases in. So you can actually see what's going on, which is a nice treat for you all. So you can see France is moving down with an army there. And they've raided my farms, which is what I thought they might well do. So, depending on what the Cherokee nations do, will depend on where I move that army that's now stationed or rather poised to attack either France or Cherokee. And we'll work from there. Ottomans taking their infamous long end turn phase. Plenty of numbers and data to crunch there. And we'll work that all out shortly. As I'm sure you may have noticed at the start of this video, you'll see that I'm now using my new intro. A couple of people sort of suggested I wait until Rome 2 comes out to use it, but you know, I kind of actually want to, seeing as I've got the avatar and the sort of the gearing up of the channel is towards Rome 2 now, start having that as kind of a tease of things to come. But generally the reception seems to be pretty good for the intro, so I hope you all enjoy it. And yes, I know there's no lion in it this time, but you can still be a lion without the sigil. A heart of a lion. Hopefully that will come through with the commentaries and my actions in battle. So, but of course the lion will return once obviously the fervour of Rome 2 has gone down. Perhaps I'll commission yet another new introduction or something like that, or some new channel art to really push forward the lion sigil once again. We have the Marathas moving up here, consolidating. And again, I had some words of warning from a few of you sort of saying, careful of the Maratha Confederacy and where they're expanding, what have you. I will, but right now, it's impossible for me to check their actions and, you know, watch them as well. I mean, if they were to declare war on me now, I would be royally screwed in India. Almost to the point where I might just consider, if I could, getting all my troops to a port and bringing them home so that I could use them on another front. Because the amount of money and resources that it would take to hold it effectively would really be limiting. So the Cherokee has pushed left. They pushed west a bit, and the French have pushed here. So it might make sense to reinforce this sort of region here by coming down. They've reinforced themselves here, and I really don't feel like going up against all those forces. They've left this force sort of slightly out in the open, but I am going to have to deal with France before I do that. I'm with this army. Now that they've pulled away with that army, I'm not too worried that these guys could reach me in one turn. So, damn it, I've not got enough funds to replenish. Damn it. We'll see if we can get by port going again. And is Philly, they're unexempted from taxes. We've already got America being taxed to the hilt. India can take a bit more taxation. How much can that take? Oh, just down to there. That's fine. That should... Ah, damn. Okay, well, let's see if we can take these guys. If we take by port exempt... Oh, no. What about here? For one... What? Why does... I seriously do not get that. Oh, because growth... I never get that why it suddenly goes full negative. We're bankrupt, which obviously sucks. Glasgow, oh, the French, of course. Yes, they've chosen to re-engage, attacking my port there. Well, the only thing is to disband some troops for a turn, which we could do. We could do here. 93. Some territories that are way out of the way. Have we got any left over here? Yes, I've got 2 here, which actually are reasonable sepoy troops, but I'm going to have to disband them both. Cylon can hold on quite nicely. There we go, got money coming in again, which is good. Right, so there's no way we're going to be able to push out from here anytime soon, but we can hold the position. Meanwhile, this army, we're going to get them marching up here, but the Maratha Confederacy has already taken it. So I need to push up faster than the Marathas, but they're pushing fast. And if I, as I said, if I'm not careful, I'm going to be soon facing up against a Marathan Empire sooner than I anticipated. We've at least we've got this linking zone just sort of through the middle of our lands. Apparently, I've got this one, it seems. Or no, apparently this one comes down to here. I think this gap sort of links us, but it's not. It's sort of red on the map, but it's not actually. It's not actually linking us. But as long as they stay our friends, plus that's good. But they are obviously allied to France, which is not so good. Hostile Russia, but can we perhaps get trade? Single payment. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take that. I will take that because that should hopefully... yes. Trade income with Russia has boosted ourselves because we've actually got a lot of our trades being stopped. Being blockaded. That'll be Glasgow that's being blockaded. That's why we're bankrupt, of course. But at least they haven't destroyed it like last time. But there's no way I can hope in hell to destroy that French fleet. Look at their navies just spilling out all these ships. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to destroy these. So, I mean, my only hope is to rush an army across the channel and annihilate them here. And hope that that makes the rest of the territories revolt, or, you know, literally from there, because as far as I can see, their money's going into their navies, then just clean up after that. So, given some time and some money, I should be looking to build a full stack here, because they're going to have a full stack contingent of peasants to try and beat here. We're going to have to be careful. But for now, we'll see if we can destroy their colonies, and if that can give us enough money. Once we're settled here, we can send some troops across from the colonies. Right, so we're not going to worry about the Cherokee there. We're going to smash the French here. And I'll focus myself. We'll make this quick, but we'll destroy the French here. Wouldn't normally probably show us a small battle, but I'm sure a lot of you would be quite happy to see some French smashed. So we have the general there. And what are we doing? There we go. So let's form all these guys up. I'm just going to make one line today with them and just get ready to destroy the French. The Unsullied, of course, the Unsullied pikemen. Ready as always. Keep them up here. And I think this is a nice little hill for some cannon. Don't you agree? That's sort of a good angle, yeah. Yes, that'll do, that'll do. That angle there. Perfect. And then we've got 2 complements of units of dragoons, which are plenty of them. We're going to have them over on the flanks and smash the enemy that way. A general behind the cannon up here. And with that all done, we quickly get going. There's the pikemen ready to face the enemy. Cannons up on the hill behind. Jolly good shot. We're trying to hit their cannon. And I'm going to do a mad dash in with my cavalry, or rather one unit of my cavalry. I'm going to flank round with the other unit. This one can... so we're just going to walk them forward. These guys can flank up here. The enemy has light cavalry here, which I'd rather avoid if we could. but we will hit them if we have to. This colonial line infantry, which we'll march to once I've taken out the cannon, which, if I'm careful, I'll just be out of range of. Just. My cannon's getting ready to fire again. See if we hit anything. Ooh, close, but no. We're going to get them to target the infantry here. Hopefully it'll, even if it does miss, it'll go through and hit the cavalry behind. And that way it means that my cavalry here are now clear to go in for the kill against these guys. Doing sort of a light trot right now. Swords drawn. We'll get them to charge the last sort of 50 meters or so. About here. Here we go. Full charge. In they swarm. And the infantry is probably going to start firing. So we need to be quick. And I'm going to peel off to the right before the infantry start firing on me here. Start firing on these guys here, and they have started firing on me here. So I'm going to get out of there quickly. And hopefully if we can, we're going to flank around and take out the cavalry. With the cannon now, I want them targeted on the cavalry themselves. So again, hopefully if they miss, if they fall short, they'll hit the infantry. And if not, hopefully we'll have squashed cavalry pancakes shortly. Here we go, firing again. Oh yes, that's some dead horse. Horseburgers, anyone? Right, these units over here, I would like them slightly less over there. I'll get them pushing forward a bit. And likewise, these guys here, we don't know at such the angle. Well, we can actually start funneling them towards me. So the cavalry here, we're going to smash into them from the side, and these ones from the back. And if a cannon shot could hit the cavalry right now, it's going to hit a lot of infantry as well. So this could be quite a colossal shot if they hit. Of course, if they don't hit, then, you know, everyone's fine. My cavalry charging there, we're going to take out this unit here, and this unit's going to go straight into the back of the cavalry. I'm going to hold my cannons one last time. I'm going to get them to stop firing. While this occurs, we've had a volley from the infantry, and I'll get them all to remain silent while the cavalry charge in and do their thing. Charged in against the enemy cav here. Looks like we've smashed and shaken this unit quite badly. Hit the enemy cav with full force, but they're now turning towards and actually doing quite a bit of damage. So we're going to get them to fire once again and pull away with the cavalry. These three units can now start firing if they want to, and if we're in range. Yes, we are, which is jolly good, giving them good covering fire as they run. We're now being hit in the flanks, so I'm going to bring my cavalry over to charge the horsemen here, because they managed to break that unit for now, but it won't be for long. And I'm going to get my cannons to fire on this unit that's broken, actually on this one over here. I'm being attacked over on the flank. These guys are hidden behind the hill, so we're going to push up on top of the hill. Hitting the cavalry again with the dragoons, but they're probably not as good in melee as these guys, but we've killed the enemy general, which is good. And so I don't want these French troops really escaping, too many of them, because they will come back to haunt me. So I really need that unit of cavalry to come back. Yes, and they have. So we can charge back and hopefully hit these guys which are starting to waver. The colonial dragoons here, they've broken. Good, we're going to chase after them with this unit though. Just run here. Not charging, so they won't kill my own men as they come through. And now they're all through, we can charge these guys here. Here it should be getting good volleys into the flank, although I think these guys need moving forward. I don't know if we've got to wait for the third rank or not, but we're going to march forward though. Right into their faces here. Perfectly set up. Good clear volleys ready to give. Firing into their ranks quite nicely. And there we go, they've broken. We've got this unit in the middle still holding, so we're going to move to combat them. And where's my other unit of cavalry? Over here, chasing off the light horse, which is gone. We're going to bring them back to attack this infantry unit while we bring these guys over to charge these guys down as we run. Get the cannons stop firing now. Firing away merrily. See, we will get the cannon to fire on these guys here. So forming up nicely, and we're going to push forward with these guys. Readying up and getting ready to unleash a volley or two. Oh, this unit has come back from routing, but we're now charging into them. Might be able to break them, rout them there. Finish off the rest of the infantry. We'll bring these guys back to form up, should my dragoons need some help. These guys are broken. Let's try and get the general involved as well. We'll bring him out to the field, but these guys are all going to be in the way shortly. Streaming into their ranks, form up. I'll now pull away with this cavalry. We'll go after these guys here. And now my infantry that formed up should be able to fire very shortly. Probably very tired, yes. Now firing volleys into these guys. They're wavering. They should break very, very soon. And now that my general's clear of my infantry, I can give the order to charge. We should be able to finish them off because I doubt there's any more that are in range that can see them. I'm going to stop the cannons firing. We've seen them off there. We're going to charge into their flanks here now with the rest of the dragoons. You can see them off. So both dragoon and general going in over here. Should be enough to utterly annihilate their ranks. Swords drawn, in we come. General's unit streaming through there as well now. Sending them all down. And we charge these guys now. I really should stop the infantry firing. I killed too many of my own units, but shattered, and they're just being picked apart now by the dragoons. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna fast forward it so we can kill as many of them as possible, because I don't know if we will automatically kill them all at the end of this. So I'd rather kill as many as possible. It's that one unit of artillery which I don't mind, because that's easy to pick off, considering I've got such a sort of, well, I've got a decent amount of cavalry here. But I want to make sure that the majority of the infantry definitely don't go anywhere. We'll get the general now to charge after the cannon, because the dragoons can finish off the last two here. Likewise, what have we got left here? 15. They should be finished off soon before they even reach the line. Yeah, their flag's darting all over the place. One of them left. And there we go. That's all of them cleaned up. That's a clean-up. French clean-up. And with that, annihilated them there. 78 of them remain. We only lost 245. I'm quite happy about that. They're pulling back. They're now no longer a threat to worry about as such. What has remained there? a bit of their cavalry. I could chase after them with a dragoon unit, but or actually, you know, I don't mind that unit wandering around my battle lines. We're going to replenish what we can of them, bring them round now to Michigan territory, and then from there we can gather our full force and march on this Cherokee nation's army. Here, of course, we built up more troops, waiting for these guys all to replenish, which we should now do due to our trade agreement with the Russians. And I'm bringing up reinforcements for Philadelphia, which is turning the campaign out laggy. Oh, no, come on, land them. Incredibly laggy. Lag. Doesn't like certain parts of it. Right, so there we go. Got the army there. We can push them into Philly, and then hopefully we can push up with them as well. So my little fleet here, not much use for you just yet, so we'll bring you back here. And once we can actually take these islands from the pirates, then we can push out the Mughal Empire's forces here. But until then, they're costing them money, so hopefully they'll drain on their resources or something. So for now, they can stay there. Once all my troops are ready, the pirates will be the last ones we finish off. So back to India, where we've got our forces here. I don't need to push up to that port just yet. They can stay there. I can stay here to replenish as much as possible. Meanwhile, my other army is going to search out for targets that the Maratha Confederacy hasn't taken yet. I could push up to Hindustan and perhaps take some of those territories, but I'm going to try and push ahead in front of them, if I can. So, we'll go through another end-turn phase. I think we've got everything here, though. Commander consent, yeah, that's fine. So, end the turn again, and see what occurs. What's France doing? They're bringing their forces together. No, they're not. They're pushing past us. We're going to have to sally out and attack that army. We can't let them get past us. And that little troop that's been left of that army we just destroyed, well, we can march up towards them and auto-resolve that. We should be able to bring them down quite quickly. Russia with all their forces. Quite a considerable amount. I might see possibility of an alliance with them. And they're engaged against, it seems, Sweden. And the Maratha Confederacy now rallying their numerous armies, and they've got another full stack, near full stack there. They'll be the next ones I have to contend with. As long as they stay peaceful with me, it will give me time to, settle India a bit more, and they'll be fine. I think the AI for them should be fine until we destroy the Mughals. But after we destroy the Mughals, then it's pretty much fair game. They'll sort of perhaps turn on me. Mughal Empire splitting their army at the port. Perhaps they realise that they need to put some more troops into garrison. If they didn't leave that army there and protecting their port, they would be able to perhaps stop the Maratha advance. So a French agent. But speaking of French, we're going to finish off the rest of this army here. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. I lose more men. Oh god, I hate a freaking auto-resolve. Should have just fought it myself. This is my own punishment, but you would think, even with an army that much, they can't. How can they possibly do that much damage? But at least we can replenish all these guys now. We've got plenty of money to do so. I'm going to bring this army, though, into Detroit. We'll replenish, and then we'll push out. I have to check my taxes now. Yeah, they're holding all right for now. That's fine. I don't have a rake to combat them there with. I would upgrade my farms, but right now I need to replenish my troops. Thankfully, that trade agreement with the Russians is proving very fruitful indeed. Here, I'm going to have to push out with these guys now. They've fully replenished, which is absolutely brilliant. So we've got 2 units of Rogers Rangers. So let's make this one the Night's Watch. Is that the Knights with an apostrophe, or is it the... Knights. I want to put an apostrophe. The Night's Watch. So that's this one, and the other one is just Rogers Rangers. So they're both Rogers Rangers, but that's a nice watch. Actually, we could rename these guys as well because they're going to be still Rogers Rangers. But we'll decide that shortly. I'm going to push on the French shortly, but that'll probably be a battle for another time. But in the meanwhile then, before I engage in that, I want to get the rest of the campaign map action done and get that sorted. So we brought up these guys here. Now a sizable force once again in Philly. We can push and attack these guys, and I'll fight that myself. I won't make the same mistake anymore. I'm going to stop with that. I could actually push down and attack, take out all these small territories, in fact, which I very much like the idea of. So we're going to leave one unit here, and we'll push up, and we'll attack them. We'll skirt around their territory, take out Williamsburg, Virginia, push down, take Charlestown, Savannah. I don't think they have many units there. I think the majority of their troops are up here. We'll take out all their back territory, as the Starks had intended. Take their lands, take their castles, take their gold. Cripple them. Don't need that unit there anymore, I don't believe. So I can pull them away. Just blockading them there, so let's come back to India and let's see where we can advance here. Oh, and we're going to be intercepted. So it's whether we want to fight with these guys or not. And we can bring them down. It's got similar numbers, but we should be able to bring them down comfortably. But that will be a battle for next time. So I'm actually, well, I'll show you the results for it because I won't fight it myself, or I will fight it myself, but I won't record it because it's quite a small battle. But from there we can push on and take Rajputana. But I know this is going to be an hour special, but it's probably going to be a few minutes short, I think, on the timer. But as always, I do hope you've enjoyed. Please do check out my vlog tomorrow, and of course the Rome 2 sort of update. I'll be kind of covering a lot of information that we've now kind of pieced together and that's been revealed, been announced that we know about Rome 2, and several sort of interviews and articles that have been written. So do check that out tomorrow. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed. As always, please do remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and thumb up this video if you liked it. See you all again soon. Ciao for now.